Does that work? Oh, it kind of does. Or does that not work? It looks like it works. Alright, let me see. Let's get this working. 40 seconds. And of course YouTube is being weird, but here we goes. Is it working? Why is it black screen? Why do you have to show me black screen? It's showing me black screen. Anyways, hey guys, it's Tony, the SoySauceAssassin. If you can see me, type 1. But since the show had to go and I don't know what the hell the YouTube is doing, we just gotta do this blindfolded. Completely blindfolded. Completely blindfolded. Okay, so today we're gonna have 2-hour show about this particular cigar, the Chinese wise person, and we'll find out whether or not it's wise and it's nice. Okay, right after our opening screen.
Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make.
Okay guys, we're back. So various problem. YouTube actually changed their particular thingamajigger to actually weird. Like, I'm not even kidding, weird. So like, yeah, I don't know what's going on right now with the chat thing, with the video thing. Like, nothing is working almost. So let me see if I can reset this. It never want to work the way I want it. Here we go, and let's get that working. Bear with me 1 second. Let's see if that wants to work. If that doesn't want to work, nothing I can do about that. Anyways, so we have a few people here today. Let's see, what do we have? I need to make the screen bigger. Alright, we have Joseph, or Joe. As I found out today, he rather prefer to be called Joe. Christina, we have Matthew, we have Lens, we have Brian, and we have Ditch the Itch. We also have Chris, the Cigar Shogun. He's been absent for a while. Sherry, congratulations for winning the random cigar. I had to pick a random cigar to send you. And let's see, Brian, Nate is out here. What is going on, guys? So, and we have a bleacher. So today, close this. Have my trusty coffee, and then we have this. That just flew across the screen. It's actually the cigar, the Chinese cigar. The Chinese translation, sometimes you get, you get a slightly different translation when it comes to like the synonym, right? So it actually just says a wise one, or wise person, or wise man. So I think it's actually like wise man. So I call it a wise man. This is a Toro size. Nice decoration. It looks like a bamboo, like a dry bamboo look to it. I like it. Decoration is number one. So just want to say the winner of the introduction videos is gonna get one of these. So let's get it to smoke. And that is the presentation on it is nice. The presentation, they do a good job. And it's weird because this is called Wise Man 010. Alright, 010, and they put like all the 01s, zeros on the side. 010s to the side. And then they have their logo says Wise Man. Let me see if they say anything on in the middle. It says China Tobacco, Anhui Industry Co. And the manufacturer is called Wangguan, which means crown. And it just says hand rolled, limited, collector's edition kind of thing on it. So we'll find out. Yeah, that raffle bag, after I see that drawing there, that tear just falls off. Tear just falls off, rolls off my eyes. Anyways. Nope, it doesn't seem to. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay. So, if you look at me while doing weird stuff, I'm actually just to rearrange the chat so I can see it better. Anyways, so let's cut this and let's talk about a few things. It's sweet. Slight tight drop, but very sweet tobacco. Let me turn on the music and be right back. Too quiet. To be really honest with you, just about 5 minutes ago, I was just sitting here thinking because I was kind of unhappy. So I was kind of happy, not because of the raffle. I was kind of happy about the raffle that people won and liked the cigar, and that was fine. I was kind of happy because the general manager slash partner slash the person that sells me cars of Mercedes-Benz of Burlington has left the company. I just found out because they had already replaced them, and I wasn't too happy about that because when I asked about it, I was told that he retired, and that's like the world biggest BS you can tell somebody, because no one just go retire for no reason. So I know he probably didn't retire. Something happened, and how do I know that something happened? Because I have a car on order for April, and why will he leave just weeks before delivery? Right? Doesn't make sense. So, you know, it kind of upsets me that he left. It's not gonna be the same anymore, and because of that, I'm not gonna buy that car. That car, they can do whatever they want. I'm not buying it. Because there's some history to it. There's some story behind buying that car, but now that it's happened, I'm not buying that car. Wow. Initial drop, super sweet. It's as if it's got a sweetened tip. It's very, very sweet. But it's not sweetened tip. It's got this bongyard, a little bit of paper box kind of taste to it, and sweet, and after it's a little bit saltiness to it too. Hey Simon, I mean Michael. A little bit saltiness to it, a little bit of a bitter tobacco, but it's like a pleasant bitter, not like a bitter. Almost like fruity too. There's a fruit to it. It's hard to pinpoint what it is. It happens kind of often with the Chinese cigars that there are some notes in there. I'm just not too sure what it's trying to tell me, right? It's not too sure it's trying to tell me. So I had to pick it up. You know, what's that smell? What's that note. I think it's cedar, but in a weird way. Anyways, so yeah, I was kind of upset to find out that way. I was kind of you know, he wouldn't have just retired because he had no reason to retire, right? Why would he just retire? He has so much plans. He enjoyed the thing so much. Every year he goes out to racetrack and stuff like that. He wouldn't have just retired for no reason. So I think that reason was BS. So, you know, unless the new GM can convince me otherwise, I'm not buying that car. They just lost 100 grand for what I think is possibly ousting him, which I don't like. Not that they care. So let's talk about the happy stuff. Hey, Polystick. Polystick talked to, earlier posted on Instagram about about the how do I smoke in my place and how, you know, all that stuff. And I recommend that most people to have a separate shed that's not connected to the house, because no matter what you do, your cigar is gonna smell. That's just the way it is. It's gonna smell. That's like asking for barbecue nuts to smell like barbecue. It's not gonna happen, right? The only thing that you can do to help is to prevent it to smell the next day. So have a lot of good ventilation, have good air purifier in the place is the key, right? Have enough airflow is a very important thing. Just make sure that you have good airflow, good, you know, room for yourself to do it. And the best way really is to have a shed that's not connected to the house. You know, have a propane heater, whatever, electric heater, whatever you can do in there to heat yourself up and really just disconnect, right? You can probably enjoy the cigar better when you're disconnected from the room, where your wife cannot shout across the living room and say, "Honey, can you go out and get me like a bag of soap? We ran out of soap," right? You want her to think that's too much hassle. I'd rather just go out myself, go get it myself. You know, that's probably easier. So have a little separate shed is a good thing. I almost caught out that there's a note that just escaped me. I was like, oh, what is that? And then it's kind of a little bit salty, like salty caramel maybe. It just escaped. It just escaped me. Cool. Yeah. I will just message me in a little bit, and I can get back to you on that. Interesting cigar. It almost feels like there's not much going on with the cigar, but yeah, at the same time, it's a lot of things going on with the cigar. Now, about reviewing the cigars, I want to talk to you guys about this. Okay, last time I asked you guys, what do you guys want me to review? Remember that? And you guys say Oro Blanco. Okay, today I called Davidoff and asked how much your Oro Blanco costs. Hey, Damon Jones. How much your Oro Blanco costs after tax is $635 after tax. That's a lot of money for one stick. And like I say in the Facebook show, I guarantee immediately before I even smoked it, can let you know that it's not worth $500. That's for sure. Now the thing is that how much close to that 500 that we're gonna get to, right? $500 is more like a statement piece where you just have bragging right after you smoked it. I looked it up on YouTube to see if anybody else reviewed it. I found 2 videos directly involved with it. One is this guy says, "Look at this cigar, I'm about to smoke it," and that was the end of it. The other one is this Asian guy who went to Asia to buy that cigar and cost him $1,035. $1,035 in Asia. So, didn't review it. He just bought it and didn't smoke it. So, for me to review that for you guys, cannot be that easy because I will have to smoke and swallow my tear every single way of that smoke. So how do I'm gonna go review it? Let's just do this, okay? 2 conditions, only one have to meet. If this channel ever get 1,000 members, subscribers, even as a prank, I will go and get one and smoke it on stream. Or if this particular video ever hits 3,000 likes, right? So I know it's a long shot, might not even be possible, but then that gives me time to save a penny every time I think about it. Literally, that's an expensive cigar, and really you're buying it not to smoke it. Once you smoke it, it's not worth that much anymore, right? It's more like a challenge. So 3,000 likes in this video or 1,000 subscribers. And I'll buy one to smoke. In fact, I might buy one just to keep, and I'll smoke it if it meets. Right? Buy one just to keep, smoke it when the conditions met. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. Swish or sweet? I might. It's not too bad. I'm basically from now to 1,000. Every time I get 1 subscriber, I'll put $1 in a jar, right? Eventually, I have 500. But yeah, that's a promise. If I meet any of those conditions, I will go get one and smoke it. That's not too bad, right? That's not too bad. This has a really sweet, sugary flavor to it. And it has this after retrohale of sweet cedar. But the cigar itself isn't sweet. So it's kind of, I can see why Asian likes this because it's easy. It's easy to go down. It's easy to smoke. Just the draw is a little tight for me. One-third goes through really quickly because it's kind of sweet. It's kind of sweet. It's not sweet tip though. It's not sweet tip. The tobacco itself is sweet. Like vanilla sweet. Vanilla sweet. So we'll see how it goes down, you know. Ooh. So yeah, that goes with that Davidoff Oro, a common thingy. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. The next thing, I while I'm on the phone with the guy, I actually talked to him about our April 20th meet over there. So yeah, Shadow Smokes Legion, we are meeting at Davidoff, 6th Avenue in New York City, Manhattan, on April 20th, around 1 o'clock. So if you're nearby, drop by. I am asking them to prepare something special for us. They are providing a bottle of bourbon of some sort, and we're gonna pair it with another cigar. The question is what kind of special cigar I want them to give to us this time, and that's something that I probably had to think, because he's looking to what new release is coming up, so we can try the new releases. But that's something we gotta work on. Martina Maya. Start to have a little bit pepper. Yeah, it's gotta be fun, and I think once or twice a year is actually not bad in New York because I go there so often. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Last time we had a good time over there, but last time I went as a chapter leader of Cigars Daily Nation. This time I'm going as the leader of Shadow Smokers Legion. We had to do even better, right? We had to do even better. Have to do even better. Hey, Jake. Jake Cricket is here. Chinese cigar. Just read the title. Chinese cigar. I had to say though, this particular Chinese cigar doesn't go with coffee that well, but it will go with tea. It will go with tea pretty well. How many of you like to drink tea? How many of you like to drink black tea? Just wondering. How many of you like to drink black tea? Or how many of you like to drink green tea? Because now I'm considering to do a pairing giveaway, alright? Chinese cigar and SoySauceAssassin mixed tea. I personally blend the tea myself, so. Sure, definitely smoke together, man. Why not? We should definitely smoke. Everybody should definitely smoke with me. You like sweet tea? I drink tea with my coffee, green tea and black tea. Every now and then, green tea, black tea, all type of tea, like black tea. So all you drink tea? Long Island iced tea don't count. Long Island iced tea is not even tea. So yeah, for that I can up the ante. All right, I'm still continuing for waiting for everybody to make the self-introduction video. We have already seen a few. Joe has his. Martina Mayo did a good one. Arturo did one. We have Dan did one, and then we have Sherry did one. So I'm waiting for more. I'm waiting for more. And what I do is supposed to be just one cigar right now. I'm gonna up the ante. Now the winner will get a blend of tea from me that I like to drink in my house. I blend it myself. I mix the tea bag myself. So it's gonna be from me, and the Chinese cigar to go with it. Now, does it sound good? Oh yeah, I know South people like sweet tea. I went to Georgia. Everywhere sells sweet tea. There's not one place that don't sell sweet tea. Even Starbucks sells sweet tea. Everywhere sweet tea. Oh yeah, Alias did it too. So the teas I make is jasmine-y, is earthy, is ground, is more black. Does not taste good with too good with too much sugar. You can only have a tad of sugar in it. So you know you might like it. It's our Shadow Smokers Legion Soy Sauce Assassin House Blend tea. So my wife drinks that tea every single morning. She only like that blend. So. Elliot had this afternoon is a live format. So Sherry, if you're looking for it, it's a live format video. Peppermint tea with ginger, honey, and sage. Perfect tea for your throat. Actually, it's a recovery tea. It's actually really good, especially if you had a cold. Great tea right there. Eric, what's going on, man? Teas are good. I mean, just usually we don't go with cigars because cigar has this innate cedar wood taste that will kind of make tea taste weird. So unless you're having a really strong tea, it doesn't go with cigar well. Good stuff. It's not too bad. Right now it's not too bad. Construction is not too bad. Ash, not too bad. Whew. So today I also officially ordered the coin. Okay, the coin is coming. It will take until the end of the month. It will take at least until the end of the month. Okay, so that's coming. So anything related to the coin, I will ship it out together with the coin, and I will start taking numbers once I have those coin in, because I really want to show you guys the coin before you ask for it. I know everybody want to support it, so you guys ask for a lot of it, but I want to show you guys how cool it is before you order it, because you might want it too. You might just want 3. How about Jamerson's whiskey and pickle juice? That's something just sweet and sour. Good for hangovers though. So now I'm thinking, you know, we have all these things going on right now. We have t-shirts, we have stickers. Oh yeah, more stickers are coming too. But and today, like, I spent all day working on the wax. I'm trying to get the wax to look right, and it's really coming all together. So making the new stuff is really coming down to a slope. Just let it calm down and everything. And now we're really doing things that I want to do to, you know, just get back to the old routine with the Soy Sauce Assassin giveaways and stuff like that. I want to do more giveaways, and I have actually quite a few things to give away now that I look around. I just had to come up with some games to play. Games. Yeah, Jay Quick, I haven't really started taking order yet. Few people were eager and went ahead and took the, not only say I want one and they immediately paid me for one. So I'm not gonna go through the trouble to refund it and then do that all that stuff again. So I will do that after once I have the coin. I'll start taking orders. All right, cool. Talk to you later, Martin. Every time I see it, I want to say Martin. Oh, Ash just fell. So now that I move this a little bit, because I feel like I can barely read the chat room. Usually on the side of my screen, there's a chat room that I can read. But for some reason, since YouTube changed a little bit, I haven't been able to use that chat room. So now I had to rely on the chat room from YouTube itself. And YouTube, of course, is showing me blank screen. I'm not even kidding. It's showing me blank screens. So hopefully that will get better, because I can't see myself. I don't even know what I'm showing. But nevertheless, still enjoying it. It's all good. Any update on the journey sticks? Yes. We already have the sticks. The tubes are supposed to arrive tomorrow, so I can start putting them in tubes. And then I had to order more wax. I realized I need a lot more wax to seal them. So I will start sealing them hopefully tomorrow or Friday afternoon or whatever. And then I have to wait for the label and stickers to show up. Now the label and stickers, I have to send it to Daniel. Now Dennis Ford from our group. He makes the stickers from it, so I just send it to him first, and then he's gotta do the work on it. And also people who want the box, I had to get a final count on it and then order the box. Yeah, they are coming in tubes. I ordered the tubes, one for each, but if they don't fit, I don't know what to do. I hope it fits. From the size description, it should fit. It should fit. I'm going everything by the description, so I hope that it fits. And once it fits, put it in there. I'm gonna dip it in wax, and I'm going to put the label on it. Yes, I did show the design on the label, which is just the word journey and the word. If you look at the box, it's the same thing on the box, but in a sticker. So I had to figure out whether or not that's gonna make in time, like how long that's gonna take to make it, because I had to print like 90 of those. And then once that comes, I'll stick it on, ship it out. All right, Michael, have a good night. So yeah, it's still a process. We'll get into it. But I learned that it's gonna take a long time, even though technically it's a short time. If you think about how long it takes for, let's say Cigars Daily to work on Obrigado or Filthy Viking, this is quite quickly, and I'm trying to do all that stuff, so it takes a long time. I learned that, so our next cigar, I'm gonna start working that quicker. I'm gonna start working out that soon so that I have more time to work on it. And when it's mostly ready, then I still take order for the next one. But I think that's it's gotta be a group thing. It's gotta be cool, and it's gonna be so much cheaper than this current one. This is our first one. It's cost a lot of money, but I know it's our first one though. So. But yeah, everything is hands-on. Like I had to make every single wax seal by my own hand. Luckily, I only had to make 40 of those, so that's a good thing. Hey, D Gordo. So that's the next step, to make 90, or not 90, but 40 wax stamps for the limited edition ones. And I already printed out some labels for the non-limited edition ones, so I'm just gonna glue them on and wait for the bottom label to come in. So it's gonna come 2 parts. It sounds kind of complicated right now, but there's a lot of parts that had to arrive to me to be able to put it together. So just be patient on those. Once I have it, I will send it to you guys as soon as I can. The one thing I haven't done is the patch. Not one manufacturer, zero manufacturer sent me proofs for it. Zero, nada. I don't know what's going on, but none of the manufacturer has sent me proofs for patch. Don't know what to do with those. I don't know what to do with those. Hey, cat. You know, Ilya is so cool that I think my next cruise trip, I'm just gonna call him up. I'm gonna call him up and see what he can find for me. I'll just pay him for it. Why not? Since he goes on a lot of cruise, you know, he won't chip me off. So yeah, it's a long progress. It's literally a journey to the end. It's journey to the end. It takes forever to do all that stuff. It's not easy. It's not easy. This is where this is the part where I go, I wish I have a manufacturer that would just do all that for me, and all we had to do was buy it. Literally, it's just a lot of work. Just a lot of work. I enjoy doing it though. Every step is kind of cool because I learn something in every step. I learned that, you know, certain things need to be purchased a certain way, and you know, proofs after proofs and all that stuff. That's good. In fact, I had to go learn the software to edit the picture myself. I want to know, everybody so far only ordered the Skull hoodie, right? Nobody ordered the OG t-shirt and stuff like that yet. No one, right? No one. If you did, I want to see a 1. If you didn't, then that's good. Because I don't think anybody did. And guess what? Today, I was like, you know, looking through manufacturer and stuff like that. I actually found manufacturer that can make glass that's laser engraved with the logo on it. And then earlier yesterday I saw someone that was showing off the cup from the magic card from Cigar Mechanic, and I was like, oh man, I want my own cup. So I was looking for it. But yeah, the cost is not bad. It's like 17 bucks. But I don't know. I think if I get one, I want to get like 4 or 5 leave in the house. That's the problem. How was the process of selecting the tobacco? I did not have to select the tobacco. We end up just choosing a non-banded cigar for us. So, but what I'm gonna do next is just select a blend, a brand that already have some blend that's not released that we can take. We can order stuff. Polysticks. We have group stuff. Wait, Polystick. Can you just let me know who you are? Are you part of the Facebook group that we're in? Because a lot of time I don't recognize people by their Instagram name, so you have to tell me who you are. You know, I really want to recommend everybody just put a tag SSL in front of your name, just so that I know you're already part of the group. Because it's hard to tell if somebody was just in the group or well, actually. Everybody that I know of, I knew that you are in the group, so that's fine. But like people that's outside the group, I can't really tell that they're outside the group because they don't usually put. Yeah. So Polysix, since you're not part of the group, I can tell you that we have a Shadow Smokers Legion group in Facebook, and we make group stuff. We have a lot of group goods so far. We have stickers, we have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have cups, we have coins, challenge coins that's coming up, collector's coins, and we have our own cigars. So yeah, that's why we a lot of things. These are just updating everyone about the things that we have, because some of the stuff in progress, some of the stuff not that we already produced. We did a group buy recently too, so we did a lot of stuff. I super envious of Sherry's backyard drop. Like, you know, that view is beautiful. That view is beautiful. I can just, if I have that kind of view, I'll never work. I would just literally sit there and just don't do anything every day. I can just look at that view and just be there every day. It looks pretty warm too, even though, you know, Sherry, you were wearing a lot of stuff in the video, but it's not that cold. It's not that cold. Chris got everyone smoking the Magic Toast. Did he? You talking about Chris Powell? By the way, the Magic Toast event is gonna happen on May 4th, okay? May the 4th be with you day. I think that we are forced to be reckoned with, so we can celebrate on May 4th, and that's the day we are gonna smoke the Magic Toast, by the way. Save your Magic Toast for that day. So yeah, Poly6, we do have a group, and we have a lot of group goods, that's why. You cannot search for it. You can only be invited in there. It's a private, secret group. Nobody can search for it. Only way to get in is to be vouched by one of the members here. Or invited by one of the members here. You know, this cigar reminds me of like a typical non-spicy Cuban cigar. It's got a little bit of that Cubanesque, earthy, sweet taste to it. So If you're wondering how the Cuban cigar is like, for one that doesn't have a spicy Habano, this is like that. Definitely in the shadows. Definitely in the shadows. So, cigar, yeah, it's like, it really reminds me of some of those lighter strength Cubans, because I had that little sweet tobacco taste. Sweet tobacco taste. That is good idea. That will be good for him. What are we talking about? It's the other Damon. So yeah, this cigar actually doesn't last too long. It's burning pretty quickly. 41 minutes, I'm almost done. So it's like an hour cigar. It's like an hour. But don't worry, I will let another one up after this. I will. The other Damon. Yeah, I think they use Cuban seeds or Cuban wrapper or Cuban leaves in here. So by smoking one of these, you technically smoke the Cuban, because that's how it tastes like. That's how it tastes like. So Jay Quicker, I know you're James Roof, but people who doesn't know, James Roof is Jay Quicker. Talking about crying. A box of my cigar Cubans disappeared today. Well, probably I would disappear for a while until I went to look for it. But it's one of those things that you don't want to confront family members. Like, did you take my cigar and give it to people? Because it's a whole box of one of my favorite, my H. Upmann Epicure. Those tiny, sweet, quick cigars. Whole box of it. I think it's like a box of like 25 in there, or something like that. It's gone. Tears just fall down every single moment. Me thinking about it. It's sad. It's sad. Cuban is overrated. Only in America, okay? Because we can't get it here. You always want the things that you can't get. You know, have you seen a lot of stuff in like Japan or whatever? It's just like wish they have it here. That's the case. You know, other side of the grass is always sweeter or greener. But you know, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Once they open the thing, says okay, we can sell Cubans in America, nobody cares. Then nobody cares. So. Am I a chess player? I play chess. I like to play chess. I like to play the Western chess. I like to play the Chinese version of chess. We're not talking about Chinese checker here, but Chinese does have a version of chess as well. It has its own rule. Has it's quite similar to the Westerner chess too. I play both. So many probably expect that you'll never notice. Well, it's not that they won't tell me about it. If I ask them, they'll probably just say, yeah, I took one of those boxes, and they will try to pay me for it. And obviously, as son-in-law, you never try to take the money, so that would never happen. So I never will confront them about it. If it's gone, I'll just pick another box next time I travel, and which means like next few weeks when I go out and I come back, I'll have a box. Just have to buy it. It's just annoying that when you want to smoke something and you don't have it. You know that feelings like you. That's for example. That's it. For a very good example is that if tomorrow's your birthday and you save that one cigar for yourself, and you haven't smoked it for a while. You're just saving it for that day, and the day off you want to look for it, it's not there, and you're like, oh, I've been looking for that cigar, and then let's say your wife just tells you, oh yeah, honey, yeah, my father came over there and needed something to smoke. He took that one, and you go, of all the one he could have take, of all the other one he could have take, he took that one. You know what I'm saying? That's just the issue with it. So I do play video game. Yes, I'm Asian. I have to play video game. It's in my blood. Any Asian who does not play video game gets a thumbs down. You have to play video game. I just play at weird times, like before I sleep or something like that. So. We could. I'm going back in May, so if you want to do a group buy a cigar, that's fine. But they're not cheap, so I'm just heads up, they're not cheap. Well, I know. Well, good thing you bought two, but my case is that I bought a whole box, and the whole box was gone. You know, that's the problem. Whole box was gone. Asians, when they give gift, they want to have box. So if you had something in the box, they just take the whole box. I mean, technically, we can always have a goal. It's just expensive when you make less. We could still do it, which is fine. I think we'll have like 9. I'm okay with that. I'll ask. So we can do that. That's fine. To add the box, you're looking at about $14 more in total, with the shipping, packaging, all that stuff, shipping to me and shipping to you. It's gonna cost about $14 extra. And that's on top of your shipping. So I like it, I love it, but you gotta think it is a box and it's made out of wood. So it's not paper. It's just a lot more work to get the lettering on there, and yeah, just a lot more work. And when I ship it, I had to bubble wrap it too. So this is all that costs. I just didn't like to bring the bad news about how much it costs. I wish it was like $2, then I'll just get it for everybody. Damon Jones, I had to double check that because I don't remember how much you sent me. I had to whenever I do stuff, I had to go back and check the data that I have. So I had to check on that again. What game do I play? Right now, I only play mobile games. I just don't have the time to really sit down and open up my and play. I've been playing Arena of Valors, and that's what I've been playing. So. Why more expensive? Because we had to buy the box at retail price and pay to print the lettering on top of it, and then so we had to pay to ship to the factory to print it, and we got to pay to ship to me, and I had to pay to ship to you. So that's why it's mostly shipping. Cigar? Why is cigar in China more expensive? Tax. Tax, and they charge when they're not a really large production, everything gets more expensive. Oh yeah, if you say 19, it's covered. It's covered. If not, I'll cover the rest, whatever. But when you know, when you're looking at cigar, which is not a big hobby, right? So when they make certain amounts, so everything became a limited edition. Like even this, it says limited edition on it. So they start to charge more because, you know, when you sell less, you need to charge more to make up for the cost. So they charge quite a bit for these name brand cigars. And you're looking at like either Cuban prices or more than Cuban prices. I can tell you that. You know, the Chinese cigars, you look at like $20 something each after I bring it back. So I don't recommend it. I'd rather find a way to give it to you guys as a giveaway than having a group buy, because it's expensive. It's expensive. All right, the cost for me to go there and buy it, pay tax, come back, pay more tax. I had to pay tax twice, just so you guys know. I had to pay tax twice. Yeah, I play Arena of Valor a lot, and because that's one game I can play with my wife. It's quick, 30 minutes, I'm done. When I sit down to play a actual game, like for example, a first-person shooter game, I'm on it for 3 hours at a time. I just didn't have that time right now while working everything on the Legion. Now that question, Polystick, that really depends on what you consider as rare, right? For people in the U.S., Cubans are rare. For people in the rest of the world, Dominican and Nicaraguan cigars are rare. And for the rest of the entire world, Chinese cigar will be weird. So you know, because you can't buy a Chinese cigar other than in China. So really, but in China, Chinese cigars are common. You can find them. It's just in selected stores you can find them though. So what would be considered, like, what would you judge as particularly rare the cigar? I mean, that Great Wall, you can only buy in China, so it's rare. But if you think about it, the rest of the world can buy Cuban, can buy Nicaraguan, can buy Dominican, can buy, you know. So if you want to talk about rare, yeah, the Great Wall, the Chinese cigar, they are rare. They're very rare because you can't find them unless you went to particular stores. But a US rare would probably like something like Bahike 54 or something like that. Oh, I got one. The rarest cigar I've ever smoked, and no one else has it. No one else have it. Okay, ready? Ready? The soy sauce infused cigar. Nobody has it. We have it. Soy sauce infused cigar, bacon infused cigars. There. Those are the rarest of them. You know, no one else has it. So. Good. It's all about trying, though. It's all about trying. Trying different cigars is the fun part of this whole entire hobby. So, trying different cigars, that's the way to do it. So, if you think about rare, yeah, if no one else have it, that's your consideration of rare. Then yeah, is Bahike good? I'd say it's not bad. It's not bad, but after you consider the price, it's like, right? It's like, I don't have to have it, and I have just plenty of other one that I feel would be good enough. So if you think about that, enjoyment of the cigar really had to be the full package. When you look at a cigar, it had to be pleasant to see. The decoration had to be good, something for you to keep that looks good. The price had to be reasonable, so that you can smoke without second thought. Such like oral, if you smoke it, every puff is like a tear down, and it's like punching your wallet, literally, every puff. and then you go to the draw and flavor, whether you enjoyed it. But the draw and flavor and enjoyment could be amplified if you're smoking with someone. If you're chatting with someone and you're smoking it, that could change too. So it has to be the full package to be really enjoying the value of the cigar. So if I had to say, if I get a Bahike 54, smoke it in a corner of a dirty bathroom because I have nowhere to smoke it, and that's the only place I can smoke it, that smoke is gonna taste like shit, right? So if you think about it, everything has to combine to the right. I have a couple Joyas, but I don't know what they are. I haven't smoked it yet. Yeah, I don't think I have tried that yet. Like I said, when I review a cigar, I just randomly put my hands in the humidor, grab and take it out. Whatever that's on my hand, I'll smoke it for the day. So I don't. When you have so many boxes of cigars, choosing it is actually more annoying than just randomly pick one. Alright, because imagine if you just, it's like going to a humidor. You had to look through all those, in the lounge, you had to look through all those things that you gotta smoke. And you go, what should I smoke today? That's a hard decision. That's like having 200 different dresses. They all kind of similar but different in a way, but you had to choose one to wear today. It's not easy. So really just grab one and smoke. That's the way I do it. Did Sherry say she's gotta go? Alright, see you later, Sherry. So yeah, that it's not easy when you have so much thing to choose from. It just makes it harder. Just grab whatever and enjoy it, because technically if you have that cigar, you enjoy that cigar. So Caldwell cigars, they're not bad. What's wrong with them? They're good. They're good. They're actually not too expensive either. I mean, I read the tobacco business news today, the top 25 Joe has posted today. And I was going down the list, I was like, okay, nah, maybe. And then I saw Gurkha, was that Reserve 15 or something like that. And I go, okay, I can't read that list. I cannot read the rest of the list anymore. Because I tried Gurkha myself, and the old, with you guys, and I smoked the two old ones, and I still go, oh my god. Luckily, I don't. The thing about my wife is that she buys all the dresses, and she most likely will end up forgetting about it and donate them. Alright, she will buy some dresses, probably 4 or 5 a year, and will only wear one, and the rest will end up being donated. So I don't keep the dress in the house. They will be donated to someone that can use it. I think I did. I think I smoked one just not long ago too. When we're doing a lot of people are smoking the New World. I get a couple of New World. I just been smoking them, but I can't remember if I did the Cameroon. I might have. The Chief Cool Arrow by Room 101. No, I have not tried that. The 2 you sent. No. You sent me 2 and I smoked one already. All I have left is that small one that you sent. All I have left is that really short, small one. That's the only left one. I have to get my my body to recover from the fear of Gurkha before I smoke it. But I will smoke it, I promise. That needs some preparation. I feel like I'm going to interview for the very first time when I smoke that. When I go into like when I look at it, like, you know, that's one of the things that when I put my hands in the humidor, I pray to not grab onto that one. That's one I pray, because if I do grab it, I will have to review it. But that would take some zen. You know, I had to go. I had to do Mongolian too. I'm like, before I can do that one. That would take some heart to it. I know some people love Gurkha. I'm not trying to trash talk Gurkha. I just don't like Gurkha. So far, I have not had a good one yet. I do not go to parties, especially a random party. If that's what you're asking, I don't go to random parties. Nope. Well, all of them was slightly better than Gurkha Ghost. I can tell you that. Gurkha Ghost is probably the worst. My worst cigar of 2018 is Gurkha Ghost. And I think that will be worst cigar of all time. I have not smoked a cigar as bad as Gurkha so far. As bad as Gurkha Ghost so far. I'm not even kidding. I have, like, even the bundle one was not bad. In that, you know, bundle one just smells bad, but it's not as bad as Gurkha Ghost. It will turn you to ghost. That's how bad it is. You know, I'm an enjoyment, like, I like to go hang out and talk to people, but I'm not a party person. If you tell me to go to a club and drink and listen to loud music and watch people dance, that's something I never go. Alright, even if I'm invited, I don't go. I'm just not like that. I like to chill, I like to talk, I like to eat, I like to just hang out, but I do not like to go to places with like really loud music and then people. If any party where the underlining reason to go to that party might be getting laid, that's something I don't go. How's that? That could kind of help you sort out what kind of party I don't go. I do not go to any of those. If the underlying thing was trying to see somebody to mingle and getting laid, that kind of party I don't go. If it's some sort of like a birthday party where people just want to hang out, drink, and have a birthday cake, that I go. I go to jazz club. I will go to that. There's a club in New York called the Carnegie Club. I go to that. That I go. I hang out with my brother there. We would drink and chat and really just, you know, mind our own business. That I like. Listen to the live jazz is one of my thing. So I will do that. But if you're talking about like a club where people play hip hop, a club where people have glowing sticks, or a club where people are just there to get laid, I don't go. Yeah, I don't go to Mexico's. I don't go to Mexico's. Like literally, my wife, when she say, "Oh, we're going to a cruise," and ask her where she want to go, she will look at the list. If she sees Mexico, she will not go. We're just not that type of party people. Any cigar to pair with tequila. Alright, let me think about the taste of tequila first. Tequila, are you talking about aged añejos, or are you just talking about non-aged ones? Because if it's aged, you got a little bit of more of a spice, a little bit more sugar, and a little bit of woods in there. It's very different than just a raw tequila, like something like Patron. That's kind of different. Hey Elia, what's going on, man? Because tequila is really hard to pair only because tequila is sweet and it hits you really quickly. You don't want to be hit by nicotine and tequila's after alcohol at the same time. It kind of ruins the experience afterward. But if you're looking at añejo, it has a little bit of spicy and woodsy taste. That that could kind of pair, but I'm still telling you that because the amount that you had you drink, like you're talking about shots of tequilas, that's gotta hit you afterward. Like halfway through your cigar, it's gotta hit you. So I don't recommend it. But if you are doing anejo, I will recommend Tabernacle. Tabernacle will go really good with it, if you can handle the strength, of course. Something full body, full of spice will go good with the tequila. But still, I don't recommend it to go with tequila. Just the way it is. And this is probably why you don't hear a lot of those people say, hey, today's pairing is this tequila with this cigar. It just doesn't pair well. Because of the strength. Because of the strength. The strength will hit you all of a sudden. And that's tend to be the case with tequila. Oh, you'll definitely vomit after that in a few hours if you do it quickly enough. That's a lot for the body to handle with all the alcohol content and all the thing about tequila is because it's sweet, that's so easy to drink, and it doesn't hit you until after, so you tend to have too much. I always tend to have too much, and when the nicotine hits you, it's lightheading. It makes you hyperglycemic because the body become insulin resistant at that point. It doesn't process the alcohol, so it makes you drunk very quickly. So gotta be careful with that. Right, so be careful when you want to do that because the chemical composition of both of them, nicotine and alcohol, doesn't like to mix that well when you have something that strong. Being hypoglycemic with a sweet drink, is not good. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. So just so you guys know, when you smoke cigars, the amount of nicotine will actually make your body not to process the sugar. It will ignore the sugar. At that point, that's why we feel lightheaded, because your body starts to process less sugar. And something like tequila has a lot of sugar content in the alcohol. It's sweet. It will actually make your body go crazy. So. Polystick, you're more than welcome to send me one. I'll do a review right here with it. But yeah, that had to be done with some care and supervision almost. Don't drive with that. Don't drive with that. That's, yeah. And for those people that knows that I was gonna go to event to meet Steve Saka, March 28th, that's not gonna happen now because of technically the price, right? Because to get the Saka Squash statue, you gotta buy 20 cigars, which I had no problem with. But going to that event, you had to eat dinner there, and the dinner cost $183 and change, and I just feel like on a weekday, I don't really want to spend that much money on food, you know. It's just not worth my money when I go. I had to drive an hour there. I had to wait and eat through that $100 something T-bone steak or tomahawk steak, and then go buy cigar and go home after smoking 3 cigars. It's just not my type of enjoyment. So I just decided not to go because it's just, you know, because I was thinking that if they charge me like, you know, $80, I'll go there and totally ignore the dinner, just not eat anything, and just pick the stuff I want to eat, kind of thing, have some stomach the food, and I'll smoke 1 cigar, maybe something like that, and I'll just bring the rest home and just buy all the cigars. Whatever extra, I can give it to you guys. But that's not the case, so. Tequila makes some people talk to the white bowl. I know how that feels. What's good because I hate Patron. You know, there's a lot. If anything, I'm one of those guys that says Patron is not real tequila. I'm sorry, Patron. I'm sorry. Don't sue me for this, but I don't like Patron. I don't. I think there's so many other brands that's good as tequila than Patron. Even though I'm not really a tequila drinker, but I feel like there's a lot. I drink a few different ones. I just don't remember the name off of my head right now. But you know, I like to drink aged ones. I like añejo because the way it's kind of spicier. It's kind of it's got more flavor to it. And Patron is not really known for their aged ones. They're known for their clear ones. So it's just not for me. 1800 is not for me either. So 1800 I think is like a cyber. It's just not. It's just so many of those pumped out. I didn't like it either. Yeah, it has more of a tea color to it. It's darker. It's aged. You know, one thing that I enjoy is to smoke and have moonshine. Cigar goes really well with moonshine, surprisingly. So if you haven't tried that before, pick up some moonshine, try it. It's actually not that bad. Try the añejo. If you're not, you know, if you haven't tried the añejo, try añejo. Cognac guy, I agree. The other day Dan was at my house. We opened up the bottle. My grandfather-in-law gave me to me. I think it's about 20 years. Even though they don't age, it's been 20 years since that bottle was bought, and it was great. I love the flavor in it, the plummy taste. The really woodsy go with the plum sweetness is so good. That bottle was great. Going with cognac is not wrong. It's great. Moonshine is good with the cigar though. I will pair any cigar with moonshine. Moonshine has it's innately sweet too. So moonshine is the way to go. Well, this cigar has reached the end of its smokability because now it's really hot. It's burning my lips. So it's sweet. It's good. It's everyday cigar. If you can buy this cheap ever, then I say that's good. So if you go to China and you can't find any other cigars to try it, this is a good cigar. So whoever wins is gonna enjoy the cigar. It's not a flavor bomb, but it's an easy cigar to smoke. Being a Toro, and you know, it doesn't take too long, about an hour, a little bit. It's a good cigar to smoke. So when I say this is worth the money, if you live in China, yes. If you live in America, maybe not. But good cigar to smoke. Now let's lit something else up while we continue our chat. So. While we continue our chat, I will lit up a Liga Privada T52 tiny cigar. Only because, you know, this doesn't take too long to smoke, and like I reviewed it before, it's not as good as the original T52. I think that the number 9 teeny tinies are better than the T52 teeny tinies, but I try to smoke them evenly so I can finish them. round two. Like I say, this cigar is pretty light, so I can have round two. It did not last me 2 hours, so let's go for that. Oh, I have to take a look. The fan is blowing right at me, so I have to kind of. Honestly, this is why torch lighter was invented. Is for a situation like this where the fan is blowing right at you or the wind is blowing right at you. You can't really light your cigars. But I still prefer soft light because it just lights more evenly. You know, if I have enough time, I will have lit up another magic toast. But we only have about 40 minutes left, so I didn't want to. 40 minutes is not enough to finish my magic toast for sure. Whew. Just not as good. It's still spicy. It's just not as good. Just not as good. Why? Why do you do this to me, T52? Yeah, the thing about Chinese cigar is that they're actually lighter. They're actually more smooth, more blend. It's allow you to chat with people, have tea, have coffee. Well, maybe coffee is not that good of a choice to go with it. Have tea, have some whiskey, moonshine, stuff like that. But when after going to that and come back to this flavor, completely changed. So because now this is like 10 times stronger than that. You can taste more notes. Definitely the spicy, the pepper, the raw cocoa. A little bit coffee taste, but it's not as good as the full size ones for sure. And I think it's because the way they blend it. When they blend a full size, you can have more of a leaf in there, more of everything in there. For this, it just doesn't have that. So. Oh, how do you like the Filthy Viking? I personally like the Filthy Viking a lot. It's just that it's too long. It's way too long for the smoke. I think my enjoyment pretty much has hit its point by the last third, and I tend to not finish the last third. You know, if I had to ask myself what's the perfect size for a cigar, I think Robusto is the perfect size, to be really honest with you. I'm okay if they want to be longer, but then you have to shrink down the size. So something like the short run for Obrigado, that was the perfect size. It's longer, but it's thinner. So the smoke time shrinks down a little bit, which I like. If they make Filthy Viking that size, then Filthy Viking will be perfect. By the way, guys, I just want to give a shout out to Bob the Cigar Guy. He's doing a really cool giveaway. Okay, it's the rat thing, the whole steel box case. There's an ashtray in there and there's something else in there. It's pretty cool. You do have to smoke, I think, a Drew State cigar, and send them the label for the drawing. But I think if you haven't watched that episode and learned the rules, you should go take a look. I'm the same way, Polysticks. I love coffee note, cocoa notes. I love very minor bits of earthy, and sweet cedar is one of my favorite notes too. I don't like to be too sweet. I like the under hinting that is sweet. And Nicaraguan cigars are usually like that. So if you find Nicaraguan fillers, usually you'll get that flavor. And Maduros, it's always that flavor. So you're more of a dark color cigar guy rather than a standard color cigar guy. So if you like pepper, you'll like Habano cigars too. But I don't think you're a Connecticut cigar smoker, right? Because Connecticut really is just a creamy almond flavor with some cedar, well, mostly cedar and tobacco flavor. So to be really honest, Connecticut is really just made for beginners, and I think it was perfect thing for beginners. It's a good practice to start picking up notes, because Connecticut usually have that really nutty flavor that gets you to pick up flavors, right? Once you get over that tobacco flavor, in the beginning, everybody only tastes tobacco, nothing else. Only tastes tobacco. Every cigar tastes almost the same. But as you smoke more, you start to pick it out. And something like that light helps you to learn how to pick out the notes. So, obviously, beginners that jump straight to Maduro or heavier cigars, it's gonna have a hard time picking out some of the notes. So having a Connecticut out there as a choice for people who just started, build their tolerance for nicotine, and really learn how to pick up notes, Connecticut is magical. It's there to help. So far I have not found a Lancero that I like. Too thin, and I don't really pick up the flavor as much as I like. So, but Filthy Viking is one of the one I always keep in my humidor. So I have them. So definitely something that I recommend people. If you and people who's viewing this, you have no idea where to buy Filthy Viking. It's exclusive for Cigars Daily. So only Cigars Daily you can find that. Go buy some. It's worth it. I think I love it. I like that cigar. I can't say the same thing for regular obrigados, but I can say for sure I like Filthy Viking. The smoke output, even for this little cigar, is a lot of smoke. But yeah, and one of the things I don't do is having morning steaks, because I don't eat anything in the morning. Breakfast is something I eat, so I don't have morning steaks. So cool, Jason. Thanks for dropping by. I know everybody have a busy schedule, and this time 9 p.m. is usually not the preferred time for everybody. But I think that 9 p.m. is good, so that people here can join in the beginning, and people in the West can join slightly later after dinner time. So that's why we do 9 p.m. But yeah, you guys already know I've been trying my best to do live chats in Facebook. I hope that doesn't bother you guys too much, because it might get boring, it might get old. A lot of times it's just updating what's going on and having a smoke with you guys. But that's something I try to add in addition to our regular show, because not everybody are in our group, and I only do it for the group. Stupidly light, a steamroller rolls it. Whatever I could do to open up the drawer, nothing worked. Okay, so that I understand. All of the obrigado have some draw issues. I just don't know why. It could be the person that rolls it. I always have a bad day every time they roll it. It's just very tight, but it does loosen up a little bit. So those people who have a draw issue with the obrigados, I highly recommend you to put it in a drier condition. Don't put it in 70-70. Don't even put it in 65-70. Put it in a 55-70. You will see the difference. Drier leaves are easier to burn, so they tend to let off the draw a little bit. So if it's drier, it's easier to burn, it's easier to draw. You don't have to suck as hard to get that burning. But with more moist in the leaf, it takes more to burn, so it's harder to draw. So yeah, that's my recommendation for people who have cigars that have draw issues, that you have draw issue with it, something like Obrigado, then put it in the drier condition, or leave it out for a while before you smoke it, right? Because your room humidity normally is gotta be drier. So you take it out, leave it on the table for an hour before you smoke it. It's gotta help the draw issues. Also, cold weather will affect it. So when it's hot, it expands. When it's cold, it contracts. So when you have a cold cigar, it's gonna be solid tight and it's gonna be hard to draw. But as you warm out, it loosen up. So a lot of time, like I say, leave it on the table, get to room temperature before you smoke it. It's gonna help. All right, Polystick, I'll talk to you later. Just kind of remind me and send me a DM and I will respond to it. So yeah, finally it's Wednesday, 2 days away from your weekend. Hump day is usually the hardest day to go through. It's just, it feels so long. For me, it doesn't make too much difference because I never have enough time every day. But I feel like, for work, Wednesday is hard to get through. Wednesday is like, you're in between, you're so close to the weekend, but you're not there. And there's a lot of work to finish up. It's almost as bad as Monday. It's almost as bad as Mondays. Just that Wednesday, you already got into the zone to work. Wednesday is hard. Wednesday is tough. If it's always humid there, I recommend you to put more cedar shavings or more cedar spills with the cigars that has draw issues. So the cedar spill is gonna absorb more moisture away from your cigars. Make sure you put them in dry though, and that's gonna help to lower the humidity in there. Because you gotta know, even when you put Boveda pack in there, the absorption rate is a lot slower than the release rate. So it's actually gonna struggle to put the water in rather than give the water out. So for those people who has a more humid issues, put more wood there. Wood is gonna help take away the moisture. Make sure you get the lighter packs for the Boveda pack too. They have the 65%. I think they even have 60%. So if you knew your place is more moist all the time, put a 60%. And don't worry too much about your cigar sitting 60% because the absorption rate is a lot slower than you think. Especially Cuban cigars. Cuban cigar don't like moisture. Do not store your Cuban cigar in a 65%. You gotta do it even lower. It's not gonna burn well. I don't think this wrapper is gonna come off without destroying, because last time it did. Ah. Come on, now it's not coming off. Sometimes I feel like I should just get the band off before I start smoking it, because sometimes it scares me. So, let's go to a story time. Talk about my past. Name a year. See if, guys, name a year. Give me a year. And let's see if I can give you guys an interesting story about me. Throw a year in the comment. Throw the year in the comment. Had to be the year after I'm born though. Don't give me the year that I'm not born yet, then yeah, I can't tell you nothing about that. Give me a year. Something in the 90s. Give me a year in the 90s. 2009, 1990. 1980. I'm not born 1980 yet. So at 1980, I'm still just an atom, not moving anything. 1993. 91. 2009. 2009. 10 years ago. 2009, I can tell you that I'm still really poor at that time. I have trouble keeping up with my bills. 2009, no, 2009 is a year after I filed a bankruptcy too. 2009 was a tough year for me. 1998. 1998. What's going on in 1998? Oh, I can tell you what's going on in 1998. 1998 is the year I moved to Lexington. So let's talk about 1998. I came to the country 1995 summer. All right. At the time I come in, and first thing I went was Disney. And at the time I live in Boston, and it's a really sketchy part of Boston. 1998 is the year that I moved to Lexington. Lexington is a really historical place where everybody pretends to be wealthy. Things are expensive over there. I enrolled to school, and that's at the time that I enrolled to school, 1998. And 1998 was the year that I start grade, 6th grade maybe. And that's the time where I remember moving and feel like this place does not suit me at all, because it's such a historical place, and I'm used to being in the city, that kind of thing. And I moved to Lexington, and the school started. I have no friends because I know no one. And you gotta know that for someone that's bilingual at the time, my English suck. Okay, the only term I know is yes, could be, no, maybe. Alright, yes, could be, no, maybe. That's pretty much all that I know. And on and off, that I know. On and off. And can I go to the bathroom? I know that one too. Those are the few phrases that I know. I struggle with the English at the time because obviously pronunciation is one problem, and I can't even pronounce the word funk. I tend to say fuck. Alright, YouTube's not gonna like that, but I tend to say the wrong word. And you can imagine all the words is pronounced the wrong way. Every word is pronounced wrong. I get in trouble a lot, and just because I don't even know the language. I have so much trouble with the language. And I just start to try to get myself into a situation where I can make friends, right? It's hard to talk to everybody, even though everybody's trying. They're doing like a gesture, they're writing on the board, they're drawing on the board, try to get me understanding. I literally just pretty much want to sleep through every class because I can't understand anything they say. Only thing that I'm good at, math. Alright, the only thing I'm good at is math, because you don't have, but you'll see, like when I do a test, I'll have every math question correct except the word questions. I can't understand what's going on with the words, so I can't even answer those questions. And only thing I can do is what I like to do, I like good at, which is just do nothing. And that was the year where I had to make reports and stuff like that. I have so much trouble. Good thing I found a friend. His name is Henry, and he edited all my stuff. And that's around the time I had crazy ideas. I wanted to do. When you're young, you're like, oh, what do you want to do in the future? What do you want to do? And at the time, you gotta know, video game was, I like to play video games. I was like, oh, you know what? In the future, I'm gonna make video games. I gotta have good concept. I gotta come up with video games of my own. Around that time was Final Fantasy VII was about to come out, and that was when it hit me. I was like, oh, I want to do something like that. I want to revolutionize video game. But look at me today. Nothing I do has to do with video game. Really, nothing I do has to do with video game. 98. I'm just struggling through school. That's the time I'm struggling through. Year 2000 is when I thrived. When it was about high school, sophomore year of high school. That's when I really get to it. That's when I really start to be able to communicate with people and join martial arts club, which is fun because at the time it's like whoever beat people up best gets to join the martial arts club, be the president and stuff like that, which is great. I do that. You want to kick somebody's ass? I'm good at it. And then that's how I started to get more popular. I started to do Asian club. I started to do many club. I think at one time before my senior year, I was president or vice president or co-president of 7 different clubs because I love to hang out with people. I don't like to go home because after I go home, there's nothing to do, right? So at the time where I don't go home, I go to the library and I end up reading every single Chinese book in the library. The whole library, entire Chinese section, I finished reading. That's what I've been doing. Like literally just read and read and read. If I had nothing else to do, I'd go to clubs. Martial arts club, fight people and teach people martial art. We have anime club, which we would just watch anime, which is pretty easy. I love that. And then we have the Asian club, and that's around the time I started dating too. My senior years when I really started dating, and oh my god, I can tell you I'm like the craziest person with the worst rumor of my life. So around that time, because if you join martial arts club, every time somebody walk by the room that you're in, you're fighting someone, you're doing something, and rumors comes. Imagine this, but lose like 20 pounds, or actually even more than that. At the time, I was 130 pounds. 130 pounds, just all muscles. And I do a lot of martial art at that time, and rumors start to come out. People say I'm a drug dealer. People say I'm a really bad person that just beat people up. People say that I'm some sort of a private hire killer. All kind of weird stuff start to come out. I have to tell you, at the time I feel pretty cool. I don't mind the bad boy image, but at the same time I do none of those. And the only reason people think that way is because I look mean. I guess I look mean. If you don't talk a lot, the only thing you come out of your mouth is mispronounced and sounds like a swear, you get bad rumors. So everybody thinking I'm a bad person. They don't want to hang out with me, except the people that's already in the club and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's 2000 is a tough year. In a way, because everywhere I go, people say, "Oh, look at that guy. Don't hang out with that guy. He's bad." I said, "Have you heard about Yu Wang? Have you heard about Tony Wang? He's I heard that he's a drug dealer. Look at him. He looks just like a drug dealer. He might be, and all that rumors comes, and it kind of makes dating harder because whoever I go talk to will think that I'm a bad person. So don't spread rumors, man. Don't spread rumors. It lasted all the way through senior year. I'm just a bad person because doing free blocks, I'm always not around, and people think that I'm going to sell drugs or something. But the truth is, I went to my friend's house to play video game. So that's my beginning of 2000. The fan. All right, fine. I'll use torch. Not easy to be Asian, but the funny part is, at the time we have an ESL class, and that's my second year in the ESL class. What's funny is the teacher used the same textbook. I kept the previous textbook. I didn't have to do homework for a whole year because everything is done on the textbook. I enjoyed school a lot though. If you ask me, I enjoy high school more than college years because college years mostly working, paying off the debt. I work so much, I go to school so much that I don't have time to do anything. And really, college years, the hardest time of my life. I didn't feel like college was fun because I don't go to any parties. Like I told you, I go to work when I have time to pay off bills, to pay my rent, pay my car. It's hard. It's a really hard time for me. So you can imagine that point of my time. And 99 is around the time where I came out with the software that makes some money for me and where I can start to, I use that money to date. So you can imagine a lot of time I get in trouble for being too much because at that age, as a teenager, you think that, oh, dating is all about, you know, go out and, you know, it'd be pretty cool if you buy a ring for your girlfriend and all that stuff. And I did all that, and it's just like more rumor comes out. I was like, oh, Tony's got money because he sells drugs. It's tough. It's tough. That was around the time where hacking was easy. Being Asian, those things was easy to do, and then we did a lot of, you know, everything was legal at the time. There was no law against certain things, you know, copyrights and stuff like that. It was fun time until college. College was hard. So yeah, beginning of those throughout my lifetime, I did pretty much every job except medical and lawyer. That's the two jobs that you can't do without being someone with the education to back it up. So I did pretty much everything, and thanks to that, thanks to all this experience, that I become the person I am today, where I can give people advice because I did all that, which is good. I mean, that just proved that, you know, everyone could be good at something. Even if you're not, practice makes perfect. So really try hard with your life and really embrace the hard time in your life, because that's gonna end up helping you in the future. You know, a lot of people today are like, you know, that's too hard, I just gotta do this, I just gotta do that, I gotta find a shortcut. Find a shortcut is good, but remember that whatever that you go through that's hard, it's gonna make it easier the second time. So that's the moral of that story, you know, I guess, that going left and right about my life in that period of time is what I, looking back right now, that's the time that made me the person I am today. That's a time where I build my confidence. That's the time where I learn everything that it takes time to learn. I spent a lot of time. I was tough. I you know, at a time I'm in depression. I was like, when is this gonna end? You know, I'm looking at working and all that stuff. Like, this is never gonna end. It's pretty tough because 2004. I left the family and really just do all the stuff myself, because, you know, family eventually get to a point where you don't agree. And dating was even harder, because you gotta know that girlfriend will go out to college, and if you don't know the distance, it's about, for me to go to my girlfriend, it's about 4-hour drive. 4-hour drive. And every weekend I'll drive up, and Sunday night I'll drive back to go to work and go to class again. It was tough. It was tough. At that point, I would recommend people do not, like, that's the point where I learned long distance relationship never work, because it's just too much work. It's too much work. You can't really enjoy you can't really enjoy dating scenes like that. It's just not working out. But yeah, history makes us who we are today, and when I look back to those times, it's sad, it's tough, it's very, I could say it's the worst time of my life, but it's not, because that's what helped me to become today. That's what all that gathered up became what I am today, which is good. So yeah, the moral of the story is, get through the hard time, take risk in your life, but take a calculated risk. Make sure you can handle it. If you can't handle it, friends are most important. I went through all those hard times because the friend was around me. I always get to vent. Vent is very important. Venting is very important. So at the time I didn't have cigar, I was chain smoker. I smoked so much, and it's all because stress. I smoked so much all because stress. So now if I can recommend myself back in the day, I'll be like, dude, you should have smoked cigar, man. You should have smoked cigar. 1 cigar a day will save you the money, because pack of cigarettes are not cheap. Have you seen the price of cigarettes today? They're like $15 a pack. Back in the day, it was $5 a pack. 15 and 5. You do the math. That's huge increase. Not that I have any problem with that, because now at 15 bucks a pack, you might as well get 3 good cigars and just smoke 3 times. Because that's, or buy a bundle cigar, get 20 cigars or something like that. Still better than cigarette. That's the key. That's the key. You know, use cigarette to replace cigarette with cigars. You know, I smoke so much cigarette, I don't even get addicted to cigarette anymore. It's just a muscle memory. A muscle memory. When I hold it, it's muscle memory. Keep smoking it. You don't really think about that you're smoking anymore. So every other sentence, what are you doing? Life sucks. I wish I can just get over this. When would this be over? You know, that's how it's like all the time at that time. But right now, it's good because of that period of time I have right now and go, life is good. I took life for granted. Life is good. You know, people, have you ever had people ask you, if you can go back one time period and redo your life, what year would it be and what will you redo? Tell me about that. Guys, if you can have a chance to go back to one period of your life, any age, all right, what age would you go back to and what will you redo? I would like to know. Put it in the comments. What age would you like to go back to and what would you like to redo? Anybody? What age would you like to go back to and what will you redo? If me, that would be around the time 2001 is what I want to redo. 2001 is what I want to redo, and if I redo it, I'll make sure I don't date anybody. I'll make sure I don't date anybody. That's what I will redo. Save myself a large portion of the trouble, emotional trauma after. Okay, you say 19. You wish you were in the Navy. You wish you were mature then, but what will you change though? Maturity is not gonna change. To mature a person, the person had to learn from mistakes. And that's what makes you mature. But what kind of mistake did you make that you want to redo? I have a beautiful baby girl. Congratulations. Well, I know you have it for a while, but still, having a girl is great. You would not have gone to college? Okay. Now, people's gonna hate me saying this, but I'm gonna tell you college is overrated. Eventually you'll find that college became a standard education. Okay, everybody has that piece of paper. Having a piece of paper say that you have graduated from college does not mean you know what you're doing. I'm gonna be really honest with you, okay? If my kid tell me that does not want to go to college, I would say, okay, don't go to college. Because college is a lot of money. Think about 4 years of college, how much money you spend, and if you use that for some sort of investment, open your own cigar shop, or whatever, that money could have gone to well use, and you can learn a lot from doing that. Almost every business in the beginning, almost fail in the first 2 years. But from that failure, you gotta learn so much about life. You gotta learn so much about running a business, dealing with people, way more than you can learn in college. I really think that if my kid was saying that, hey dad, before what choice between college and money, I'd rather you give me the money and I go try to start some business and just try to meet more people that way. And I will give them the money to do that. I don't mind if they don't go to college, because college, you're spending a lot of time to learn majority of things that you never ever will use in your life. You know what I mean? Unless you can tell me that your job uses calculus and quantum theory, writing a poem and stuff like that. I don't really think. Do you really need to go to college for marine science? No. I mean, unless you're a scientist, like you're actually, chemistry, mixing drugs and stuff like that. Okay, you need college for that. But every other things, I don't really think you need it. Do you really need college education to be able to do, let's say, accountant? No. Simple math, calculator, programs will do that for you. You don't really need to go to college for that. So, not go to college would be, it could be a good choice. You know, if you name the top billionaires today, majority did not finish college or choose to go against college. And so yeah, when you say if you wish you haven't gone to college, just make sure you don't put the same pressure on your kids when they say they don't want to college, they don't want to go to college. Because I know I will support it. If my kids say don't go to college, I say, yep, do what you want. What do you want to do instead? What do you feel like is your goal right now, and go do that. 13 years old, not start smoking and focus on school. 1988. 1988. See, I don't know how the structure is back then, but I think 1988 is like a blue collar boom. Okay, a lot of industries start to boom and stuff like that. I did not see a reason to go to college. I think 1988, go to school, go to college, or stuff like that was more of a prestige thing rather than. But yeah, not start smoking was a good idea. Not start smoking is a good idea. But if you don't smoke, would you end up smoking cigar today? Jason, would that be, you know, have you thought, because it's a cause and effect, right? So at 13 years old, if had you not smoked cigarette at that time, would you be smoking cigar today? Like, what is the key that make you smoke cigar today? That is a good question. What drive you to smoke the cigar today? Is it because you already smoked, so you want to change to something different? In that case, if you never smoked cigarette at 13 years old, you might not smoke cigar today. 1989. 1989 is grade school for me. Grade school for me. You know, 1989. When I was really young, I used to be bullied a lot, and because of that, I learned to defend myself, practice martial art, fight, and stuff like that. So, yeah, 1989. That's such a year that's hard. You still smoke a pack a day? Come on, man. Come on, man. I would say really try to quit the smoking part of it and really replace your cigarette with small ones. That would be a good idea, I think. Replace your cigarette, instead of a pack of a cigarette a day, replace it with one good cigar a day. I think that's either, number one, is good for your health, or better for your health. And number two, it's more of an enjoyment than a habit that you had to defeat. So I highly recommend you start smoking the cigarettes. Save the money for good cigars. That's the way to do it. You know, a lot of times I still think, I sit there and think, what would happen if I physically travel back in time? But at this age, not younger age, like if I physically travel back in time, I'll feel pretty cool. You know, I thought about those all the time. You know, dream is a dream, obviously, but traveling back in time is good. And I don't think I ever regretted a choice that I made, because the another choice that I make will happen worse. So yeah, we don't like certain choices that we make in our life, but being able to rethink those choices and think, I wish I didn't make that choice, means you matured. You have learned from your mistakes, and that way you don't have to make the same mistake in the future. And for you, Jason, that's the same thing. If you regretted smoking at 13 years old, it's time to quit. And stress, I can understand, but you know, how do I phrase this? Enjoy the group with us, share your stress with us, talk it out, talk about your stress. I think it's the best way to relieve your stress, because even if you smoke, the stress is still there, right? Smoking cigarette isn't gonna resolve your stress. It's not gonna, the problem that you're facing that caused you stress is still there. So the best way is to talk it out. Talk about your stress with friends, family, people that you're with, and have over a good coffee, a cigar. Learn to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour for yourself. That's very important. So instead of taking all those 5 minutes cigarette break, take a longer half an hour to an hour break and have a really good cigar. Have a cup of coffee in a cigar shop or something. Posting about your stress for the day with us. Let us share your stress. I think that would be a better way. Give that a try. Let everybody in the family to read about your stress and let us share the burden on your shoulder. And then I think that will help with your stress. That way, you save your money from the cigarettes. Cigarettes are expensive. Cigarettes are expensive. Cool. I mean, we get a lot of good comments. You know, that's kind of things that we always thought to ourselves, but we don't really talk about it. And I think it's good that we, you know, once you talk about it, you realize that I could have made that choice and to do something different. I mean, at 13 years old, what are our stresses at 13 years old? Other than financial issues, I think the only stress we have is school, right? School, friend, relationships. That's the kind of stuff that we struggle at 13 years old. And yeah, like I think back when I smoked all those cigarettes, my problem didn't go away. In fact, that's really just time for me to think about my troubles. And I wish they would go away with the smoke. You know, every puff, the smoke goes off. I'm still thinking about my issue. I'm still thinking about my problem. But they don't go away. They don't go away. And I think it would be much better if you sit with a friend, have a cigar, and just talk about your troubles. Talk about all your problems. Talk about things you hate. And that's the things that I enjoy this kind of live show with you guys. Because first thing I talked about is what's going on with my day. And like I say, you know, today, one of the guys that I trusted, that I buy a car from, left the company that I buy a car from, bounced me. You know, I'm bummed out. Very sad about that because I think I have a good relationship with him. He's a great salesperson and he understands me. When I buy stuff, I want someone that understands my situation rather than just try to earn my money, right? Every salesman, you know, even if they pretend, that's a good customer service. So now that he's gone, I know my drive of thinking about that new car, gone, zero. I don't even want to buy that car. I don't even want to buy that car. You know, I'm a person that really supports who has treated me with the same respect that I have treated him. Treated me like a friend. And he did. And that's why I don't mind to spend the money. I don't mind to buy the stuff, you know. And that goes, you know, I have a lot of respect for like somebody like Tim. He understands, he talked it out, he have, you know, if he have a problem with you, he tell you in the face, that kind of thing. I like that. So, you know, I'm bummed out. I'm really bummed out about that. You know, I always like to support my friends, my families, the group. Bummed out, you know. One of the things I'm bummed out is some people left the group too. When I see the number drop, I don't really concern about the number drop, but the fact that they left the group because I started to think to myself, is it because we're too boring for them? Is it because things are not going their way, or some other factor that drive them to leave? And obviously, there was no way for me to find out who left because we have 100-something members. I can't keep up with who did leave. The Facebook does not allow you to find out who left. So here's the thing: before you guys ever leave the group, if you guys choose to, let me know. Talk to me about it. So even if you still decide to leave for any reason, I can make sure that I resolve the issue when you leave, so that there won't be another person that has the same issue and leave. No. I mean, obviously, they're not causing any problem. They just left. I don't even know they left unless I check the numbers, right? So, and the only reason I check the numbers is because I want to do something special for us whenever we reach a milestone, a different number of group. When the group grows, I want to do something special. And seeing the number drop, it's like, we did something wrong. Maybe somebody did I say something offended somebody or something like that? And I rather know and explain my reason in it than not having the chance and don't know what's going Yeah, we're drama free. We're drama free, but you know, and I will feel bad if you leave in silent out of respect of the group. You're like, you know, I don't like the group, but I don't want to cause trouble, so no one is gonna know I just left. You know, that's the time. That's part where I feel like, oh, I know you did it out of respect, but I would still like to know what happened. You know, I still like to know what drive you leaving. That's one of the things. But anyways, that wraps up for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. It's a lot of just, you know, story and stuff like that. Obviously, we reviewed the Chinese cigar again. If you can buy a cheap one and you like lighter smoke, that's a good one. But I look forward to whoever wins this cigar and let me know how you like it, and that would be great. So make sure, if you're in the group, make sure you make that self-introductory video so that we can all go with it, and eventually I'll pick one to win. And like I say, I will put in a bag of tea that I mixed so that it can go with the pairing, and that will be pretty cool. And other than that, for those people that view this afterward, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it. You know, if you'd like to join the Shadow Smokers Legion, make sure to ask someone. There's got to be someone that knows. Make sure you ask someone. And I love to hear criticism and stuff like that. So leave that in the comment. If you have anything that you would like me to review, talk about, leave it in the comments, and I will try to address them. I do read all my comments. Not that there's a lot. I read everybody's comment everybody's comments on the chat room. So we're good today, and tomorrow I might be busy. I might post up some information about, you know, what's going on with the cigars and stuff like that. But I'll see you guys on Saturday. Okay, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Facebook as usual. Have a good night, everybody, and be saucy. Okay, I will see you guys soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.